Hey guys, Michael Chassis Parts Online again. Back on this project. I was filming all this with my phone, and the phone ran out of space. So I tried to email the video so I could delete them off my phone. The files were too big to email, so I tried to put them on my computer in the shop, which is basically a laptop. No space there, so I had to order an external hard drive off of Amazon, and I didn't even have a way to plug it in, so I had to order a USB port thing, multi-port thing, to be able to do that. Okay, so now I got that stuff, uploaded the files, and deleted the files off the phone, back to the phone for now, until I learn how to use the camera. I do have an editing program that I'm trying to figure out how to use, but it is what it is. So where we are right now is both of these pieces fit tight. This is the right hand side, but the bottom was in the wrong place. This bend that's right here on the truck, I did have it up here. This cut was up here. I replaced this piece and this back piece. The cut was right in here somewhere, the bend. So I cut it there, took all this out. Then when I put this back on, I moved it back an inch. And then I also dropped this an 1/8 of an inch. So the distance here is shorter. So this should fit better now. I didn't mark the holes in the bottom on this side because I knew they would change. So that's what I need to do now. I still haven't done the outside holes on this side yet, but I will. I'll get it in the shop and do that like I did on the other side. Now, I do have the holes in the top. Those four are the mount holes for the upper control arm mount. It bolts in here and on top. You got one extra bolt hole there, and there'll be one on the bottom right there too, just for some stability. You got two 3/8 holes there. Those are the two 3/8 holes in the frame that line up. They're under there. They're kind of under the cab. So I didn't want to try to drill them out because trying to get a customer to drill those out is going to be a pain. So these are just to leave them at 3/8. I'll put, I had some weld-on nuts in there, but the lock nuts for the 3/8, I made the mistake of putting grade 5 bolts in them. Then when I went to pull them out, they galled the threads up. So I'm going to use some different ones this time. I'm going to use basically these for the 3/8. Okay, the 1/2 inch will be some regular larger weld-on nuts. That's all I got left to do on this. I cut that tube off that was there, and I got to fix all those holes, and then put some primer on this thing and install it. So the other side is in the shop. I had cut the holes off of it, and I was going to add the new ones. I did the same thing to the bottom of it. I moved everything up, so it's ready to install also. So that's where we're at right now, and let's see what we can do. And yes, I am still under the weather. Got some antibiotics now, so hopefully that'll take care of the sore throat. Let's see what we can do. Okay, I've got the plate inside there, bolted in. Not all the bolts in it, but most of them in it. And I needed to suck it up against the frame rail so I could mark the bottom holes. All the top holes are already there. And as you can see, those line up pretty well still. That tube right there is going to have to be replaced. It's got to be longer because it needs to come all the way out to the outside plate. And this other one that would be back here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a 1-inch diameter tube on there. If not, I'll put a 3/4 inch diameter 120 wall. It'll do the same thing, just a crush sleeve. So and on that outside plate, you got 4 other holes here on the side, and you got all 4 on top. So I mean, you got some structure all the way to there and all the way back there on this frame. And this guy's running a big motor, so we're going to need that. When I make this as a separate frame box, this frame box will stop like right in here somewhere, and it'll go to right in here somewhere. And then what I'll offer after that is this back piece separately with 2 holes here and 2 holes there for the where the seam is, where you can bolt that together and have some frame stiffeners all the way back to under the cab. I may even make some that are longer you can tie in further back past the transmission mount. Heck, all the way back to where it starts to go up by the rear end if possible. I won't have time to do it on this frame because I'm not going to have this frame long enough. This guy's ready to come get it. This thing's got an appointment with the interior shop, so I'm almost done with it. I've got to take this out so I can drill the bottom holes and put the weld-on nuts inside, and then it needs primer, and it goes back in for the final time. The other side will be the same thing. I've got to mark the bottom holes, put it in, mark the bottom holes, and take it out, drill it, prime it, put it back in for the final time. So let me jump to that. Okay, got this back out. I noticed some scratches right there, right where that hole is, metal balled up. Basically, that's where there's a hump in this frame. There's a high spot right there. I tried bending, this is all high. Tried bending it down with a crescent wrench, but it's too far. It doesn't go all the way in. So I'm gonna have to take something and stick in there and knock it down. Bigger hammer, I guess. Grande martillo. I think I'll clean all that up with a flap disc along there. Same thing on this side, inside and out. I'm gonna have to do the outside of the frame, clean all that up so I can put some paint on it so it looks good when it leaves. I've got all these holes marked, and all these are 3/8, except for there's one here somewhere. It's basically right above that other one. So what I'll do is, but there's no hole on the frame, so I've got one on the other one. So I'll either measure it from back here. I'm going to measure both of them from the back. The back and the bottom will be 0. And how far over, how far up will tell me where to put that hole. But as I said, there's not one in the frame, so whoever's doing this is going to have to figure out how to line that hole up, how to mark that hole and get it drilled. It's going to be a guessing game, most likely, unless I can provide some kind of template. I'm right up against it today. It's almost 8 o'clock, and I do have a full schedule today in the shop, so I can't spend any extra time out here today. I do have to take it inside and drill all those holes, or fill all those holes up. So I'm going to do that first thing tomorrow, or later today if I catch some extra time. Replace those tubes, drill all those holes, and then I'm probably going to take this edge off of here, round this off with the flap disc, because it is right up against the inside of that frame. On the production version, these tubes will be, they're 2 right now, but they will be 2 1/8 in the production version, which will give me where I don't need a spacer in here. And then these will stay at 2, that way this doesn't get against the inside edge of the tube. So that's it for today, guys. Peace.